Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here. Welcome back to another Blue Archive video. Alright, today's video we're gonna talk a little bit about the raids and the entire February roadmap. If you guys are not aware, they actually released this a couple of days ago. So let's have a brief look at it, and we also know what's next to come basically. So let me just give you guys an idea on how to prepare, or at least how I'm preparing it, and some of the characters that you guys might want to pay attention to following Binah. Alright, so as you can see, our current raid of Hieronymus just ended a couple of days ago, and then we are going to have Binah in a couple of days. I think in less than 4 to 5 days. So Binah, I'm sure you guys are aware, we already have Extreme raid for Hieronymus, and I couldn't do Extreme raid and Hieronymus at all. But according to a lot of veteran JP players, Binah is going to be a lot more easier in terms of tackling the extreme difficulty. So that's what I want to try to focus on for today's topic. And obviously Shirokuro is going to come later on. So you might want to start working on your piercing characters for the time being, yellow type characters. Yori is going to be a very good character for all the piercing type raids. So Shirokuro, definitely you want to get your mystic characters ready up as well if you have already done setting up all your piercing type characters. So let's talk about which character should you focus on. Now if you're talking about like piercing type that's very flexible and can be used in every single raid, I'm gonna say Yori is one of the better ones. In fact, I think she's the best one, no doubt. She's going to be the strongest character in a long time, alright, for dealing with piercing type characters. Piercing type enemies, right? So as you can see, I've already stacked her up as much as I can in terms of the gears, T5 everything, take advantage of the double equipment or double whatever things that we are having this week. So make sure you guys farm up. Skill is also very important. EX skill is where it matters the most, and for the rest of the skill, it's going to depend on a couple of things, right? So obviously I would go for, you know, the basic skill and the sub skill, since this gives damage. Obviously damage is going to be much more important for extreme. So besides Yori, and I'm sure all of you guys are aware of her already, I want to talk a little bit about the underwhelming characters, something that maybe not many players build. And this is something that I think a lot of people keep asking me, which is Binah. Alright, so I believe a lot of people sleep on Binah, and I don't know why, but she's actually really strong. And in fact, once the Binah raid, extreme raid comes, I strongly believe that she's going to be one of the top DPS in at least one of the groups. So obviously we have to do comparison for that to show some calculative proof. But for the time being, I would say definitely work on your Binah. I have no idea that I already have her up at 4-star, which is really good. From 1.7k to 1.9k, that's going to be a big increase in damage. Right, 200 more damage. Please do not sleep on Binah. She's going to be very strong in quite a number of the piercing raids. So let me level her up a couple of times, and I'm going to explain to you guys why. I'll make her a level 65 for the time being, and we're going to talk about her skills. Now, you might not want to focus on this skill because this is a healing skill on her own. She has an ability similar to a lot of defender. I can see why people are a bit skeptical when they look at this skill, because it's a bit weird, right? It doesn't make sense for her. She heals herself when she reaches 20% of HP or lower. But what makes her skill is this one at the end here, the attack speed. So if you can try to increase at least to level 7, it seems like level 7 for most skills is like the best bang of the buck, at least based on what I'm observing. Like if you see from level 7 to level 8, 32.2%, 33.2%, you're getting that 1% increase, right? And then level 8 to level 9, a little bit, level 9 to level 10. So in most cases, I think if you don't have much resources, like in terms of your gold, your credits, your whatever this dildo is, and this thing right here, alright? So keep in mind that level 7 is a good enough stopping point for most characters. That's where I would lean towards. So let me see if I can increase this to level 7 as well. So as you can see, 18.2, 18.9. Not much on the level 5. From 5 to 6, decent increase, alright? So 18.9 to 19.6. And then from 6 to 7, suddenly it's quite a huge jump. From 19.6 to 22.4. Usually 6 to 7 is a pretty big jump. So I'm not sure if I want to improve upon this skill. I'm definitely going to work on that later. I will try to observe first. Hyakiyako, definitely there's not much characters that could benefit from that book, except for Shun. As far as I know, Binah Shun is the few character that actually comes from the Hyakiyako faction. I'm not aware of anyone else. Alright, so besides Binah, who else can we, who else should you start or try to work on? Now obviously, characters like Midori Momoi is much better in cheese rather than Binah, because Binah is just a solo boss, right? You don't need to deal AoE to the boss, so they are not going to be as strong as you think. But I would still say there's not much piercing type characters right now. Definitely work on them if you have them. I do have Momoi myself, but I do not have Midori. I would love to get her, but Koharu is going to be a big help as well moving forward, and hopefully I'm going to pull for Koharu. I think she's going to be very strong and very solid moving forward in the Binah raids as well. Nonomi, not that useful unfortunately, but she's still going to be your best bet. Now in terms of damage, if you're looking for damage and tankiness, I would say Hoshino might be able to provide you a lot of that, depending on what level do you have for her EX skill. So mine is still level 1 as you can see right now, right? I didn't invest much on her. Hoshino is a very good solid option. Same goes for Sumair, right? So she is going to have the same impact as well. Unfortunately, again, same thing, my EX skill a bit low, but as you can see, she has pretty high modifier and she hits the enemy a couple of times, and her EX cost is 3 as well, which is very cost efficient. She's a millennium, so that means she's competing with a lot of other useful units as well, which is going to be quite hard and quite tough to invest into. So right now, we are aware that Koharu is the next character to come, right? So Koharu is going to arrive soon alongside with Binah, but they have yet to announce the second banner that will come with Koharu. Most likely, if we are following the JP banner order, it's going to be Hifumi. Alright, Hifumi is going to be... It makes sense, right? Hifumi arriving with Binah, and if you look at the roadmap, it seems very likely that actually after Binah, we most likely will be having the swimsuit summer characters. Alright, why do I say that? Because Nexon has... I've seen this pattern from Nexon where they always introduce characters that are useful in that raid. Alright, so Koharu is going to be quite decently useful in Binah, and I feel like once Shirokuro comes out, they might, give us Summer Azusa, and that seems to be in line with what JP has as well, since she is a mystic type and she will be able to deal with them at an easy pace, right? Considering that they are special armor. So that's just a prediction though, I'm not entirely sure. It's gonna depend on what would be the next banner with Koharu. If it's Hifumi, right, then most likely everything is in line, everything is in order. We're gonna have the summer swimsuit characters most likely next. Again, not 100% sure. But if it's not Hifumi, then things are gonna get a little bit tricky. I'm not sure if... A lot of people have asked me as well, do I think that Nexon is going to release the summer banners because it's not yet summer? I've seen that being done in a lot of other games, so I don't see that being an issue. I think Arknights has a similar thing going on right now, if I'm not mistaken. They release some summer characters despite not being summer right now, so I don't think most games follow that thing anymore. It is what it is. When you're trying to catch up to the JP server or the KR server or the main server, right? Usually you gotta sacrifice some things and they can't just follow the proper season and everything. So yeah guys, I think that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure you guys start building these characters if you have them. Wish you guys the best of luck if you're pulling for Koharu. Make sure you guys save a little bit in case the summer characters comes as well. So yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.